Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Dylan with Intelligent Systems, and today I'm bringing you a video summarizing the new updates that we're getting to Microsoft Dynamics Business Central Release Wave 1. Before we begin, I wanted to share a little information about us here at Intelligent Systems. We're a Microsoft Dynamics certified partner with more than 200 professionals and have completed more than 500 worldwide implementation projects. We have been delivering consultancy and implementation services to companies for more than 19 years for the core Microsoft stack for ERP, CRM, and BI solutions. Our mobile platform, Dynamics Mobile, allows mobile workers in the warehouse and your mobile sales fleet to work remotely within the same database. We have also developed specific add-ons for vertical industries for the automotive dealer and importer sector, retail, and transport and freight forwarding. Besides that, we do have specific apps that enhance the standard BC functionality, and you can find us more about this on Microsoft's App Source or our website. Onto our agenda for today. The Release Wave 1 basically means that Microsoft releases 2 updates per year. So Release Wave 1 is the spring release in April, and Release Wave 2 is the fall release in October. There are a lot of features to go through, and we have made a list of the most noteworthy and interesting ones that we believe to be of interest to you. For all of you that do enjoy a good read with all the details coming from Microsoft, you can refer to their official documentation on their website where you can inspect each functionality and get all the details that you need for them. Let's start off with our list. We've basically categorized the different updates that we're getting in categories, and the first one being the application updates. The functionality that will start off the list is the one that's related to the improvements to the GOL functionality. So this is a quality of life improvement that enables you to review the GOL account faster, and during the process of a closing period, it's often necessary to go through all the transactions for a GOL account to ensure that they are correct. So this GOL review action makes the review process faster and easier. It will be interesting to see if they've kept the Alt shortcut on the keyboard, which is the Control and F1 function to mark the line, if this is still present. Another update that we have in this sector is the different general ledger accounts for payables and receivables. Essentially, you can set up specific customer and vendor posting groups, and if you want to allow them to be replaced during posting with a predefined list of other posting groups, you can now do that. Controllers can define policies for posting non-standard transactions like bad debt, and accounts can change them during posting. On to the next one, which is related to the warehousing functionality update. The first functionality from the list is the undo transfer shipments functionality. So this is probably the most interesting one that will be used a lot from all of the features list. Sometimes people post incorrect quantities on transfer orders. For example, you may have made a transfer order with the incorrect number of items and then posted it as shipped but not received. This feature lets you undo the quantity posting, make the necessary corrections, and then post the correct quantity. We're also getting an update which is related to the advanced warehouse functionality with minimal complexity. You can use several features that were previously available only for locations that use directed put away and pick, which added advanced processes, but without adding the unneeded complexity of using that functionality. There is an update to the functionality regarding the shipping and receiving of non-inventory items on warehouse documents. Warehouse employees can ship and receive non-inventory items such as insurance or cost on a sales or a purchase order, along with the physical goods on those orders. Another functionality worth mentioning here is the preview item journals before posting. This action helps you avoid mistakes by giving you the chance to review the types of entries that will be posted and on the item journals or other inventory documents before you actually commit the changes to your database. And that wraps up essentially the first category for the application updates. Moving on to the next one, which we categorize as user experience enhancements. So this will be most interesting to new customers or customers that are thinking of deploying the Business Central solution within their organization. Within this list, we have a functionality which is related to adding existing table fields to optimize your pages. Users should now be able to add all fields from the source table to a page, not only a predefined list of them. This should be very handy to anyone who likes to personalize and optimize their workspace. By adding existing table fields to a page, customers can self-serve and reduce time to value while cutting implementation costs. Conversely, this frees up time for pro developers like ourselves to focus on more rewarding implementation tasks and services. Another functionality that we're getting here is the additional columns and pages that we can input for better insight. On the topic of personalization, this essentially enables people to tailor the information that pages contain by dragging fields and columns to the list of the page. We now have more fields and columns to choose from, which are added to several pages. Of course, we're getting some keyboard shortcuts that enable you to do your job quicker and better than before. With that, let's move on to the general platform changes as our next category. The functionality most worthy of mentioning here is the ability to set up and sync master data across company. That's a really big one, because if you need to only sync master data and all of your companies are in one environment database, then this would work just fine. But if you need documents to sync and work in different environments and potentially even different tenants, you'd still need our custom application for that, which is the Master Data and Documents Replication app, which you can find more on AppSource and even go for a free trial. I'm excited to see how Microsoft handles performance of large data sets and what checks they will incorporate, like deleting items in one company that has no postings and syncing that with another company where you do have a posted entry for that item. We're getting quite the changes in the Company Hub. It now lets admins add user-specific settings, and essentially admins will have more control and can set up on a user level who sees what companies and what data from those companies. I'm really excited to see where Microsoft takes the Company Hub. It has a lot of potential, and even now some of our customers wish to see data from multiple companies in just one place, and the Company Hub allows you to do just that. So there is definitely a business case here for further growth and development. We're getting some updates to the Microsoft Teams. The first one being the enhanced adaptive cards in Teams. So for example, if you share a card of a customer or an item in Teams, it will be more user-friendly to see the data, the less login will be required, better formatting, etc. You can now configure security controls for Teams cards, and you can manage what data is viewed. Lastly, you can set up what data is viewed in Teams without needing a BC license to further keep the costs down. Another update that we are receiving is the ability to transfer environments between different Azure Active Directory tenants. Until now, if a customer wanted to move their cloud environment to a new tenant, that would be only possible if you raise a ticket to Microsoft and Microsoft would handle it on their own. Now it's possible to do it ourselves with less headache and without involving Microsoft in the process. We're getting quite the updates to the Shopify connector for Business Central. It now becomes more extensible for specific scenarios which were provided as feedback by partners like ourselves and end customers. You can also have the ability now to synchronize refunds and returns, which is a much needed addition to the Shopify connector. There are quite the changes coming to the Power Platform, but now I'm not going to go through all of them in this section. I would refer you to go and visit the Microsoft website for further information on the Power Platform. It essentially enables for better automation and more extensibility, which would help you to automate and have better workflows on your process. So there you have it, some of the most interesting updates that we're getting to the Spring release or the Microsoft Dynamics Business Central Release Wave 1. If you're thinking on how the Business Central solution can be deployed in your organization or how you can further grow and improve the solution that you currently use, please do feel free to get in touch with us for a discussion on how we can assist you best.